the Chief Justice to commence the proceedings. Thank you, Lord. Today we have assembled here to condole the sad demise of late Honorable Chief Justice V.K. Jhanji, former judge and former acting Chief Justice, High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. On this occasion, first of all, I request Ms. Monica Kohli, Senior Additional Advocate General, to deliver the condolences.
Honorable Mr. Justice Arun Palli, Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjeev Kumar, Honorable Ms. Justice Sindhu Sharma, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajneesh Oswal, Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay Dhar, Honorable Mr. Justice Javed Iqbal Wani, Honorable Mr. Justice Muhammad Akram Chaudhary, Honorable Mr. Justice Rahul Bharti, Honorable Ms. Justice Moksha Khajuria Kazmi, Honorable Mr. Justice Wasim Sadiq Nirgal, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Sikri, Honorable Mr. Justice Muhammad Yusuf Wani, Honorable Mr. Justice Sanjay Parihar, Honorable Mr. Justice Shehzad Azim, all retired judges of the Honorable High Court present here and all those present through the virtual mode, all family members of the Honorable Justice V.K. Jhanji, learned Deputy Solicitor Generals of both wings of Honorable High Court of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, learned Principal District and Session Judge and other members of District Judiciary, Registrar General, Registrar Judicial and other members of the Registry, learned Senior Advocates, former Presidents of the Bar and present President of Bar Association and other esteemed members of the Bar, all law officers of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir of both wings of Jammu and Kashmir. We assemble today with a deep sense of sorrow to pay our respectful tribute to Honorable Mr. Justice V.K. Jhanji, former Acting Chief Justice of the Honorable High Court of Jammu and Kashmir, whose passing marks the end of an era of dignified judicial service and irreparable loss to the legal fraternity. Justice Jhanji's life was defined by discipline, integrity, and unwavering devotion to the rule of law. Born in 1944, he entered the legal profession in 1971 and soon established himself as a lawyer of substance and scholarship. He practiced in civil, constitutional, and taxation matters at Chandigarh, where his clarity of thought, thorough preparation, and balanced advocacy.
The judge who must remain steadfast in holding on the principles and fearlessness in delivering justice. It is an important quality for a judge to withstand pressures and odds and stand bravely against the obstacles. Here I remember of the words of a saint while speaking about the contemporary relevance of Lord Rama, said people worship Lord Rama not because of his success in his life, but for the grace with which he faced the most difficult moments. Our values are ultimately our greatest wealth, and we must never forget them. Justice Jhanji truly wrote his values on the sleeves. He was not only a great judge, but also a wonderful human being. I believe the greatest quality of a noble human being is that we do not merely remember them. They continue to live in our memories and hearts forever. His life will remain an inspiration for the young generation, especially in these challenging times. On behalf of Jammu and Kashmir High Court Bar Association, I place on record our deepest sense of gratitude for His Lordship's invaluable contribution to the Indian judiciary and express our heartfelt condolences on this irreparable loss. I pay my respectful homage to the departed soul and pray to the Almighty God to grant internal peace to the noble soul and give strength to courage to the bereaved family members. His sons, Advocate Vineet Jhanji and Senior Advocate Shri Amit Jhanji, who is serving as standing counsel for Chandigarh administration in Punjab and Haryana High Court, and his daughter-in-law, Srimati Ritika Jhanji, Advocate, and Srimati Ekta Jhanji, Advocate. May the Almighty grant the departed soul eternal peace.
Niti Jhanji, wife of Justice Vijay Jhanji, Vineet and Amit Jhanji, proud sons of Justice Jhanji, my esteemed sisters and brother judges, former Chief Justices, Justice Pramod Kohli, Justice Tashi Rabistan, former judges, Justice Hali, Justice Bansilal Bhatt, Justice Kotwal, former Chief Justices and Judges of this court joining us live from Jammu, Srinagar, Delhi, Himachal and Chandigarh. Mr. Nirmal Kotwal, President High Court Bar Association, Jammu. Madam Monica Kohli, Senior Division Advocate General. Senior advocates and members of the bar, both at Jammu and those who are joining us online from Srinagar and Ladakh. Judicial officers, ladies and gentlemen. Justice Jhanji, former Acting Chief Justice of this court, passed away on 23rd of February 2026. His departure marks the end of a distinguished judicial journey defined by intellectual and unwavering commitment to the cause of justice. He belonged to a generation of lawyers and judges who regarded the law not merely as a profession but as a solemn calling. He received his school education at Anglo Sanskrit School, Graganj, Delhi, and pursued higher education at the prestigious Hindu College. Following that, he enrolled at the Campus Law Center, University of Delhi, and later entered the legal profession, as said earlier, in 1971. He set up his practice at the Punjab and Haryana High Court, and in a relatively short span of time, he distinguished himself as a lawyer of remarkable ability. In 1991, he was elevated as a judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court, along with a distinguished group of jurists. Justice Jhanji was widely regarded as one of the sharpest judicial minds and expected clarity, precision, and preparedness from the counsel appearing before him. In his court, arguments had to be direct and well considered. Anything less would not suffice. At the same time, he was a fearless and extremely industrious judge who was ever willing to engage. The complexity of a case, the weight of the brief, the battery of lawyers appearing, or the time required to resolve the issue never deterred him. Qualities that determine the character and commitment of a judge and reveal his true worth. In December 2001, Justice Jhanji was transferred to this court, and during his tenure, he served with distinction and also held the office of an acting Chief Justice on 2 occasions. Among his many judicial contributions, one decision stands out for its enduring significance. The full bench judgment in the state of Jammu and Kashmir versus Dr. Sushila Sahni. Most of you, of course, know that. Justice Jhanji authored the majority opinion of the court, and the bench addressed a long-standing issue affecting women in the state. Whether a woman who married outside the state would lose her permanent resident status and the rights that flew therefrom. Recognizing and affirming the rights of women, the judgment held that such rights could not be extinguished merely by marriage outside the state. In doing so, the court reaffirmed the fundamental principles of equality and dignity. The said decision remains a significant milestone in the constitutional jurisprudence of this region. Many of my colleagues and senior members of the bar often recall their experiences of appearing before him. My brother Judge Sanjeev Kumar recalls his willingness to explore even the most difficult questions of law. His willingness to explore even the most difficult questions of law with intellectual curiosity. My sister Judge Sindhu Sharma, who has joined us online from Srinagar, remembers the remarkable speed and the clarity with which he would decide matters while ensuring that both senior and junior members of the bar, including young and women lawyers, were given a fair and patient hearing. Similarly, Mr. Zafar Shah, a distinguished lawyer, also recalls his firmness, observing that the weight, standing or fame of an advocate never influenced his approach. Senior Advocate R.K. Gupta speaks of Justice Jhanji's sharp courtcraft and his deep engagement with the argument advanced before him. Like many of my colleagues here, from the time of Justice Jhanji's elevation until his transfer to this court in 2001, I also had the privilege of appearing before him in numerous matters as a young counsel. And I still vividly remember rising in court 5 to say, "Milord, the matter in issue is." Justice Jhanji left lasting impressions on those who practiced before him. Even after retirement, he continued to command deep respect within the legal fraternity and remained one of the most sought after names in arbitration. Well, life sometimes unfolds in ways that reminds us of the quiet continuity of the legal profession. I began my journey at the bar when Justice Jhanji was already an established lawyer and later a judge. Years later, when I was elevated as the Chief Justice of this court, the very court in which he had served, he graciously called to congratulate me. It reminds me that in this profession, journeys often intersect across generations, and what may appear improbable at one moment may later seem almost destined. With his passing, his judgments will remain part of the legal record, but the values he embodied, discipline, intellectual honesty, and courage in decision making, will remain an enduring part of the institutional memory of the courts he served. To his beloved wife, we offer our deepest respect. Ma'am, your strength, companionship, and support formed an essential part of his journey, and for that, this institution will always remain grateful. And to his sons who've chosen to walk the noble path of law, your father's legacy lives on through you. On behalf of my brother and sister judges, and all those who had the privilege of working with him, I place on record our collective respect and gratitude for the life and service of Justice Jhanji. May the Divine grant eternal peace to the departed soul.